So Julie, in your presentation today, you spoke about the importance of cultivating artistic platforms for mutual enrichment. So what are some key takeaways that you hope audience will walk away with?
I focused a lot on strategic partnerships and how they can help elevate artistic platforms, and that we're stronger together working with others as opposed to trying to do things by ourselves. So my hope is that the key takeaway is that we find more opportunities to collaborate and find cross-cultural partnerships, in finding whether that's artistic programming, whether that's in educational activities, and learning from each other, and also recognizing the things that make us different or unique are things that can complement with another partner.
What sort of projects have you worked on that involves these kind of strategic partnerships?
So the New York Philharmonic has actually, for the last 10 years, been partnering with the Shanghai Symphony. And so in Shanghai, with the Symphony, we've been doing concerts there with the orchestra, with New York Phil going to Shanghai, performing as part of the Misa Festival. We've also sent musicians there outside of that to do educational teaching with the Shanghai Orchestral Academy students. We've also been co-commissioning a work that is premiering. World premiere will be this Friday, November 17th, at Shanghai Symphony, of Émigré. It's never been heard before, and so that is going to be an oratorio that is a story about two Jewish refugees who escaped Nazi Germany and were taken into the Shanghai community and embraced and really adopted living in China. And so it's telling the story of humanity, about empathy, about compassion. And so that's a really important artistic partnership. We will bring that same piece to New York in February and do the US premiere of it. And we will also have a stage production, so there will be costumes and people moving around on stage, video projection and lighting and everything like that. And then that piece will go on to be performed by the Deutsche Orchestra in Berlin, and then also Hong Kong Philharmonic. So it's growing in popularity. And then Shanghai Symphony is also recording it for Deutsche Grammophon, the recording label. So there will be an audio recording released of it. We're talking about maybe doing a video capture of it, of the staged production. But this is all being done in co-commission partnership with the Shanghai Symphony.
How do you see these productions grow when they travel to a different city?
Well, I think the core of it is that because it's a new piece musically, I'm sure the composer, each time he hears it, is going to hear something that maybe he wants to tweak and change a little bit. So, the version that gets performed in Shanghai more or less will be the same in New York, but there might be some small changes that are made to it, And I think also it will sound different just because of the different orchestras that are performing it. So I think each orchestra is going to bring its own unique characteristic traits to that piece. So I think those are the most unique aspects of how it will evolve and change over time.
And so for performing arts, why do you think cross-cultural exchanges is particularly important in this time and age?
Music is a universal language, right? It transcends barriers. It allows us to connect with other people on just a human level. It's about communication. It's about understanding one another. And I think absolutely we need a lot more of that now in the world. At a time where there's a lot of discourse, there's a lot of polarized opinions of things, music can help bring people together, and music can also help heal people through really difficult times.
How do you envision the future of artistic collaborations between the two countries? And what role will New York Philharmonic play in this endeavor?
Well, New York Philharmonic, being the oldest American orchestra and also the second oldest orchestra in the world, we've always seen ourselves as a cultural ambassador. And so basically we travel all around the world, not only to China, we travel to Europe, we travel to South America, we travel to North America, many different parts of the globe. And our mission is always to bring excellent music at the highest levels to as broad of an audience as possible. So I think we will continue to maintain that cultural ambassadorship, representing the United States, representing New York, and representing the orchestra industry and the classical music industry.
So we'll get to see more performances, productions here in China in the future, perhaps.
Absolutely. We'll be back in July of 2024 performing in Shanghai for sure, and we're still building the rest of the Asia tour around that. So we'll be back very soon.